Sleep, so ordinary yet so mysterious. We do it every night, but we barely understand its full purpose. Scientists have uncovered incredible things about what happens when we sleep, but new discoveries keep proving one thing. The human mind doesn't shut down when we drift off. In fact, it may become more active. While our bodies rest, our brains dive into an intricate cycle of chemical signals, electrical activity, and surreal experiences that we often dismiss as just dreams. But what if those dreams were clues? What if sleep was more than recovery? What if it was revelation? The science of sleep reveals that it's not a passive state, but a critical biological function. Every phase of the sleep cycle performs essential work, from memory consolidation to physical healing to emotional processing. But the real intrigue lies in the mental phenomena that emerge. Lucid dreams, sleep paralysis, recurring dream loops, these are not random. They follow patterns and rules that researchers are only beginning to decode. What's more, the line between dreaming and consciousness may be thinner than we think. In this video, we'll explore the mind's most uncharted territory. From how the brain resets during deep sleep to the uncanny experiences that make people question reality itself, we're diving deep into the science of sleep and the strangeness of dreams. Buckle up, because the journey through the subconscious is more thrilling and more scientific than most of us ever imagined. What really happens when we sleep? Sleep isn't just a pause in consciousness, it's a rhythm. Each night, your brain cycles through distinct stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. These stages repeat every 90 minutes, forming an internal loop that shapes the architecture of a full night's rest. Light sleep initiates the descent into unconsciousness. Deep sleep is when your body heals, and REM sleep? That's when your brain lights up like a spotlight. Dreams ignite, emotions are processed, and memories are filed away. In deep sleep, your body undergoes its most restorative repairs. Muscle growth, tissue regeneration, immune system strengthening. This is the maintenance mode of the human body. It's also when the brain flushes out waste via the glymphatic system, a recently discovered function that may help prevent neurodegenerative diseases. But these benefits only unfold when your sleep cycles run smoothly, without interruption or imbalance. REM sleep, which follows deep sleep, is perhaps the most fascinating phase. During this time, your brain becomes almost as active as when you're awake. But your muscles are paralyzed, preventing you from acting out your dreams. It's here that vivid dreams emerge, as the brain pieces together fragments of memory, emotion, and imagination. Without REM, not only do dreams disappear, but critical cognitive functions, like learning and creativity, begin to suffer. Disruptions to this cycle, whether from stress, alcohol, screen exposure, or inconsistent sleep patterns, can derail everything. Sleep isn't just about getting enough hours, it's about completing enough full cycles. When we treat sleep like an afterthought, we rob our brains of their nightly reset. And when that reset fails, it affects everything from decision-making to emotional balance. The circadian rhythm, your inner clock. Your body follows a natural timekeeper called the circadian rhythm. Controlled by the brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, it tells your body when to feel awake and when to rest. This rhythm is based on a 24-hour cycle and is heavily influenced by light. When light hits your eyes in the morning, it signals the brain to stop producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, and to release cortisol instead, waking you up and increasing alertness. Problems begin when this rhythm is thrown off. Staying up late, working night shifts, or scrolling your phone under artificial light at midnight confuses your brain. It thinks it's daytime and suppresses melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. Over time, this disruption doesn't just cause insomnia, it can increase the risk of heart disease, depression, obesity, and even certain cancers. Jet lag is a clear example of circadian misalignment. When you travel across time zones, your body clock doesn't immediately adjust to the new schedule. The result is fatigue, poor focus, and mood swings. It takes days for the brain's internal clock to realign with the environment. That clock is sensitive, and messing with it has consequences. The good news? You can reset it. Exposing yourself to morning sunlight, avoiding screens before bed, and maintaining a consistent sleep-wake schedule all help. The more you live in harmony with your internal clock, the more energy, mental clarity, and emotional stability you'll experience. It's not just about sleeping better, it's about living better. Why do we dream? Dreaming is one of the brain's most mystifying functions. For centuries, people believed dreams were messages from the gods or prophecies of the future. But modern neuroscience has offered a more grounded perspective. The most accepted theory today is the activation synthesis model, which states that dreams are the brain's way of interpreting random signals generated during REM sleep. These signals are shaped by memories, emotions, and sensory inputs to form narratives, some coherent, most bizarre. But other theories dive deeper. The threat simulation theory suggests that dreams evolved as a way to mentally rehearse danger. Running from monsters, falling from heights, or being chased in dreams could be evolutionary exercises, your brain's ancient way of preparing for survival. This makes dreams not just stories, but simulations for mental resilience. There's also growing evidence that dreams help regulate emotions. REM sleep appears to reduce the emotional intensity of memories, acting as a natural therapist. That's why people often feel more emotionally balanced after a good night's sleep, even if they can't remember their dreams. The brain is processing, filing, and neutralizing the day's stress while we're none the wiser. Creative breakthroughs also occur during dreaming. Artists, scientists, and inventors have attributed ideas to dreams, from songs to mathematical formulas. During REM, the brain makes connections it wouldn't make when awake. The freedom from logic allows new ideas to surface. So even if dreams feel irrational, they might be feeding your next big inspiration. Common sleep disorders. Not everyone gets a good night's sleep. For millions, sleep is a nightly battle. The most widespread disorder is insomnia, the inability to fall or stay asleep. It's often triggered by stress, anxiety, or poor sleep hygiene. But it can also become a chronic condition, creating a cycle where fear of not sleeping becomes the reason you don't sleep. And the long-term effects are more than just tiredness. They include depression, weakened immunity, and cognitive decline. Another serious condition is sleep apnea, where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. It fragments the sleep cycle and prevents deep restorative rest. Many people with sleep apnea don't even realize they have it, until a partner notices the snoring or gasping. Left untreated, it increases the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Narcolepsy, a rarer disorder, causes people to fall asleep without warning during the day. It disrupts life, work, and relationships. Some sufferers also experience cataplexy, a sudden loss of muscle control triggered by emotions. Imagine laughing and collapsing. It's a neurological condition that blurs the boundary between wakefulness and sleep. There are also disorders of arousal like sleepwalking or night terrors. These happen during non-REM sleep and can be dangerous. People might walk, talk, or even drive while technically asleep. Treatment often includes improving sleep hygiene, therapy, or in some cases, medication. But one thing is clear. Sleep disorders are not quirks. They're serious health issues that demand attention. Lucid dreaming. Awake. Inside the dream. Lucid dreaming is the rare experience of becoming aware that you're dreaming, while still inside the dream. For some, it happens spontaneously. A sudden realization in the middle of a bizarre dream triggers lucidity, and the dreamer gains control. You can choose where to go, what to do, even what kind of world to explore. Others learn to induce lucid dreams through practice, using techniques that increase self-awareness and memory of dream content. Scientific research has confirmed lucid dreaming through eye movement tracking. In experiments, participants were instructed to move their eyes in specific patterns while dreaming, movements that could be recorded and verified in sleep labs. This proved that dreamers could maintain awareness during REM sleep. It also opened new doors for psychological research, as lucid dreams allow conscious experimentation inside the sleeping brain. People pursue lucid dreaming for various reasons. Some use it for creativity, composing music, designing art, or solving problems. Others confront fears in a safe environment, reprogramming nightmares and processing trauma. For a few, it's simply a way to escape into a fantasy world where anything is possible. The potential of lucid dreaming goes far beyond entertainment. It's a tool for growth, exploration, and self-discovery. Training the brain for lucid dreaming involves reality checks, regularly questioning whether you're awake, keeping dream journals, and using timed wake-sleep cycles. While not everyone achieves lucidity easily, the rewards can be profound. It's not just dreaming, it's conscious creation in the most personal, surreal playground imaginable. The frightening world of sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is one of the most unsettling phenomena a person can experience. It occurs when your mind wakes up, but your body remains frozen, still paralyzed from REM sleep. You become conscious, aware of your surroundings, but utterly unable to move or speak. Often, this paralysis is accompanied by terrifying hallucinations, dark figures, a sense of suffocation, or the feeling of a presence in the room. Many describe it as a waking nightmare. Historically, sleep paralysis has inspired legends and folklore around the world. In Japan, it's called kanashibari, a spirit sitting on the sleeper's chest. In Europe, tales of witches or demons visiting at night were likely inspired by these episodes. Today, some people interpret the experience as an alien abduction or ghostly encounter. Despite the different stories, the sensation of terror is consistent across cultures and centuries. Neurologically, sleep paralysis happens when the REM atonia, the muscle paralysis that prevents us from acting out dreams, fails to shut off before we regain consciousness. The brain is caught between REM and wakefulness. Parts of the brain involved in perception and emotion are still semi-active, which is why hallucinations feel so vivid and threatening. It's a glitch in the sleep-wake transition. Although terrifying, sleep paralysis is harmless. Understanding what it is can help reduce the fear. Techniques to avoid it include getting enough rest, reducing stress, and sleeping on your side rather than your back. When it happens, focusing on slow breathing or wiggling a finger can help you snap out of it. Knowledge turns fear into understanding, and with that, control. The mystery of recurring dreams. Recurring dreams are the mental reruns we can't turn off. Whether it's forgetting a test, falling endlessly, or being chased by a shadowy figure, these dreams keep showing up, sometimes for years. They often follow similar themes or scenarios and are typically emotionally charged. But why do certain dreams repeat again and again, even when we consciously move past those situations? Psychologists believe recurring dreams point to unresolved issues or emotions. The brain uses dreams to process experiences and regulate emotions. When something remains unsettled, be it anxiety, trauma, or inner conflict, the dream acts as a messenger. Repeating it reinforces the brain's attempt to work through that stress. In this sense, the dream isn't random, it's intentional. Not all recurring dreams are negative. Some can be comforting or nostalgic, like returning to a childhood home or visiting a peaceful place that doesn't exist in waking life. These dreams may reflect emotional needs, security, connection, escape. Their repetition may be the brain's way of returning to a safe psychological haven or reprocessing a cherished memory. Breaking the loop of a recurring dream usually means addressing the emotion behind it. Dream journaling, therapy, or simply becoming more conscious of life stressors can help. Once the brain resolves the underlying conflict, the dream often fades. Like a story with no more pages left to turn, the mind moves on. Why dream logic feels so real and so weird. Dreams are famous for their strange, illogical worlds. One minute you're in your old school, the next you're flying over a desert filled with clocks. And yet within the dream, it all feels normal, until you wake up and wonder how your mind stitched together such nonsense. The explanation lies in how the brain behaves during REM sleep. Specifically, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for reasoning and critical thinking, becomes less active. Meanwhile, the brain's emotional and memory centers, like the amygdala and hippocampus, go into overdrive. These areas generate vivid images, powerful emotions, and intense personal memories. But with logic offline, the brain doesn't question why a cat is driving a car, or why your bedroom turns into a train station. The narrative just flows, driven by raw association rather than structured logic. This dream logic is chaotic but potentially beneficial. By stripping away the limits of rational thinking, the brain may explore new connections and ideas. Some researchers even believe this randomness helps with creativity, problem-solving, and emotional resilience. The dream space becomes a laboratory for thought experiments too wild for waking life. Though it may seem nonsensical, dream logic has meaning. It reflects your personal symbols, emotional currents, and memory fragments, all reshuffled into strange stories. It's not supposed to make sense, because it's not designed by reason. It's designed by feeling. Do animals dream too? If you've ever seen a dog twitching or making sounds in its sleep, you've probably wondered, do animals dream? The answer is yes. Many animals show signs of REM sleep, the stage linked to dreaming. Scientists have recorded brain activity in rats, dogs, cats, and birds during REM that closely matches patterns seen when they're awake. These animals aren't just sleeping, they're reliving waking experiences. In one well-known study, rats trained to run mazes showed brain activity during REM sleep that mirrored their maze routes. It was as if they were mentally rehearsing the journey. Similarly, birds have been observed practicing songs in their sleep. These findings suggest that animals use dreams for memory consolidation, much like humans do. Dogs and cats are among the most active dreamers in the animal kingdom. Their behaviors, kicking legs, barking, purring, suggest they're dreaming of chasing, playing, or interacting. Larger mammals like elephants and dolphins also show complex sleep behaviors, though dolphins famously sleep with only half their brain at a time to stay alert to predators. While we can't ask animals what they dream about, the evidence shows that dreaming is a fundamental brain function, not a uniquely human one. Dreams, it turns out, might be just as vital for survival in the animal world as they are for us. Can you hack your dreams? The idea of controlling or influencing dreams may sound like science fiction, but science says otherwise. Techniques exist to intentionally shape dream content, improve memory, and even boost creativity while asleep. This process, often called dream hacking, combines behavioral methods, sensory cues, and emerging technology to interact with the dream world on purpose. One method is targeted memory reactivation, TMR, where a specific sound or smell is paired with a memory while you're awake, then reintroduced during REM sleep. This reactivation strengthens the memory or changes its emotional tone. In lab settings, this has improved learning outcomes and emotional regulation. It's like whispering instructions to your sleeping brain. Tech devices are also jumping in. Wearable headbands, earbuds, and sleep apps can detect REM cycles and play specific cues, like voice prompts or gentle vibrations, aimed at boosting dream awareness or guiding dream themes. Some users report more vivid dreams, easier lucid dreaming, or even improved mood upon waking. Dream hacking is still in its early stages, but its potential is huge. From enhancing creativity to overcoming trauma, the possibilities are exciting and ethically complex. As science explores the dream frontier, one thing becomes clear. Sleep isn't the end of the day. It's the beginning of an entirely new world we're only starting to understand. Each night we surrender to sleep believing it's a break from life. But what science reveals is the opposite. Sleep is a battleground of processes, repairs, emotions, and imagination. It's not when the brain powers down, it's when the most essential, most mysterious work begins. While your eyes are closed, your brain is sorting memories, managing emotions, and building simulations that might shape your waking self. Dreams, once dismissed as meaningless, now stand as windows into how the mind works without filters. From strange symbols to vivid fears, they're not random, they're reflective. They hold the echoes of your thoughts, your past, and possibly your future decisions. Whether recurring or lucid, terrifying or transformative, dreams are the subconscious in action. Understanding sleep, its rhythms, its stages, and its occasional glitches, gives us more than better rest. It gives us insight into who we are, what we fear, what we hope for. And the more science explores these realms, the more profound and personal the findings become. Sleep is not just biological. It's deeply human. So the next time you drift off, don't think of it as the end of your day. Think of it as the start of something extraordinary. Because behind your closed eyes, a universe awakens. One built from memory, emotion, and mystery. And it's waiting for you.